Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats, elephants and zebras. I have something to show you. I'm not finished. I basically have it done rough. I still have, final things to do. How do you like her? Now, I don't know why this section right here is lighter. The stain is lighter than the back or front. I did the same thing. Now, if you can see, that screw is not in all the way. It's supposed to go into the plate where the trigger is. And when I pull back on the hammer, I can do half cocked, but I can't get it to full cock. And when I do half cock, I can still fire it. What you would do is you would bring it back to half cock. You would put the powder in there, bring the frizzen down. This is the frizzen right here. This is the hammer. And then you would bring it back to full cock, but I'm not able to do that for some reason. When I first fitted it all in there, I was able to bring it both half cock and full cock. So I don't know what's wrong. And then pull the trigger. Now, some other issues I'm having. I'm actually making this for some people on a Facebook group, on a Facebook group. What would be proper, in or on? Anyway, those screws, you would think they would have been brass screws, but they're not. Actually, the brass screws go for these right here for some reason. But even those are loose. These screws are not in very tight. I can't get them in tight. The screws here, I have one in. This is the trigger guard. The trigger guard, one is in. The second one, the drill bit broke off because I wasn't going to use a power drill. I wasn't going to use any power tools. But getting the screws in just wasn't going to happen without starting a starter hole. So the drill bit broke off, so it's in there, and it's sharp. I can feel it. It's not flush. But I don't have a screw in here in the back yet. So, and I don't have the sights in because I can't figure out. Can you see? The sights would go. That's the rear sight, and this would be the front sight right here. This is the rear sight. And then the front sight is right here. But I don't have powder, and I haven't finished building my powder horn. Well, now it won't even go to half cock. There we go. Got it to half cock. The jaw pads that go here, where you would put the flints. I was going to buy some, but then, what was it, last night or this morning, I was looking at some scrap leather I have, and I'm like, wait, hold on a minute. I don't need to buy jaw pads. I can make my own. So I just cut the leather. Let's see. I took everything out of my box again. So I also want to recommend this book. I actually like the cover design. This is, I don't even need glasses to look at the title. Historical sketch of the town of Troy, New Hampshire, and her inhabitants, from the first settlement of the territory, now within the limits of the town in 1764-1897, by M.C. Stone. Now, I've had this for a little while. They actually have this at the library, but I think they have an original edition. which would be kind of cool to see. I haven't started reading it yet. I mean, it's not the thinnest book in the world, but since this is where I live, I want to know our history. I really want to know the history of this area during the French and Indian War. And my persona, my living history persona, is that of a long hunter slash scout slash guide who sides with the French, friends with the Abenaki, but spends most of his time by himself. Who's Irish, because I'm, as somebody said the other day, I'm Hispano-Irish, yeah, I think that's right, because I'm from Spain. I'm Spanish by birth, but I'm of Irish stock, which actually isn't that unusual if you think about it, because the Celtic peoples moved from Gaul, or what today would be France, into what is today Spain, and then they made their way over to Ireland. But at least that's what supposedly happened. But genetically, they've actually found that we are related to the Basque, which is kind of interesting because they're way up north, and I'm from way down south. I'm from Cadiz. And my hometown used to be a Celtic city. Cadiz, España used to be a Celtic city. But the publisher, or printer and publisher, well, I don't know who the printer is, but the publisher is Forgotten Books. Forgotten Books classic reprint series utilizes the latest technology to regenerate facsimiles of historically important writings. Careful attention has been made to accurately preserve the original format of each page, whilst digitally enhancing the quality of the aged text. Philosophy, classics, science, religion, history, folklore, mythology. Forgotten Books. That's on the back. And this is the front. So I'm going to share this video in at least 2 groups. But in my shooting bag, a possibles pouch, I will probably eventually make a different one. Now what I did, I heard some, usually you don't see them with a button, and that'll button in. I cut a hole there, I put that button on. I was looking at something, and I want to thank everybody that's helped me. I deeply appreciate it. Somebody posted on a group on Facebook about, you know what, you might want to put a button on there, or some type of, you can put a toggle closure, whatever you want, because if you fall down the side of a hill or something and everything goes flying out of this, and you're kind of in a bad place, right? You're probably not going to find everything. So if you have it buttoned up, and you're less likely to lose things. Now you notice I have leather thongs hanging out of this. There are reasons for that. One, I don't want to lose my little compass. Okay, I have 2 compasses. I don't want to have to buy another one. This period compasses are not exactly cheap. This bag, whoops, there we go. This bag will probably be used for bowls because it's flat on the bottom. This is my turn screw, but it's actually a multi-purpose. I can clear the now I forget what it's called, the hole on the rifle. I can nap my my flints. That's a turn screw. I put that in one of the pockets in here. This goes in another pocket. I figure it's handy because this I'll always have. If I have a camp and I go out, I've actually never hunted, but let's say I go out to do something like that. This I'll take with me. I may not always take my haversack with me, but this I'll always take. That's why I put a compass in there. Here's the other compass. I want to put it in a different bag. This is a sundial compass. But I want to put it in a different bag because I don't want to lose both of them. And what if I lose the bag? Then I'm out. I have no compass. This is a bar of lead. Let me tell you, lead is heavy. What did I do with my... Still working on my powder horn. Now, the leather that I cut this from is what I cut for the jaw pads, the flint pads. Let's see. Trying to find something. This is my haversack. Has a little pocket, so when you... Now, I got a jumbo size. This is from Panther Primitives. I'm not going to take everything out of there. But, now, this silk scarf is going to be dyed green, as will the shirt, which is down there. This is a silk scarf from James Townsend and Son. Has steel wool everywhere. These are bags I made. This little bag is made out of buckskin. Buckskin split. The buckskin split. Oh my, buckskin split is so soft. This bag is just made out of fabric. I got a long rope. I had it for quite a while and it's still in good shape from Panther Primitives. What I did was I cut a length and then I unraveled it. That way I have lashing and I still have the, you know, the rope. There's what I'm looking for. The tent stakes. Don't remember how many of those I have. This bag goes in the shooting bag. Do that. This also came from Panther Primitives. This is another one of the things I've had for a very long time. Actually, I think I got this when I was still in Texas. Here's toe. Whoops. See, I made these little jaw pads. I'm going to redo all this. This toe would be used for cleaning the barrel, swabbing the barrel. More jaw pads. I cut quite a few of these out, but more toe. You know, that has the stuff for the, and this is brass. This is, I grabbed a hold of it too hard the other day. I was like, ouch. Yeah, it shouldn't have all that stuff hanging on there. Here's a flint. Here's a mainspring. I have two. I don't know where the other one is right now. But there's other stuff in this little pouch. But I have that kind of stuff in there. One reason I have so much toe is so stuff doesn't knock around and make noise and give me away where I'm at. But I actually am going to take a flint. I don't have very many flints, but I have a few. I'm going to keep one out and one jaw pad out. I'm going to put all the stuff back in there. And there's this stuff. All these little accessories. One thing I've come to realize is this little hobby of mine, this new hobby of mine, I am still new to it, very new, is more expensive than I thought it was going to be. I don't like that. But anyway, if there's anybody in Troy who is into historical reenacting or muzzle loading, flintlocks, things like that, please let me know, because maybe we could get together and go shooting sometime. I'm sure you could teach me a ton of things. I'm eager to learn. So, and for the people in the historical trekking group on Facebook, again, I'm eager to learn. I'm raring to go. I don't have any powder. I bought this. Oh, one other thing I bought this. This is not black powder. This is some sort of nasty alternative, which I found out I can't use. Or I can use it, but I'm going to have to mix it with actual black powder, and I can't find any anywhere. Everybody tells me, well, it's not that season, so we don't have any. But during that season, we'll have some. This right here, this is the vent pick. Kind of hard to see it. It's small, and this is a horsehair brush. But there you go. And again, if you live in Troy, I want to recommend the book, but since I haven't read it yet, it's kind of hard to recommend it or not. But as far as I know, it's the only book like it that's out there. I'd really like to see somebody write a new book on our history. Let me say something. I've lived in the United States now, I don't know, 45 years maybe, 40, 45 years. I'm not from here. I'm not originally an American. And for the first time after having moved to the United States, I'm home. You, the people of Troy, have welcomed me with open arms. You've treated me with kindness. You've been helpful and honest and good, decent people. And I want to start crying. I want to thank you for that. So anyway, that's the end of this almost 20-minute long video. I need to get prescription glasses. I have so much going on.